You are listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast. This is the place where content creators come to learn how to create profitable content that positions themselves as an authority and grows their online businesses. Get ready to take your content to a whole new level with your host, Kristen Poborsky.
Hey, it's Kristen Poborsky, and today I want to talk to you again about client clarity or audience clarity, right? So I sent out an email earlier this week, and someone on my list, her name is Debbie, replied and asked me this question. How do I actually get clarity on what my audience wants when it comes to creating content? If you've ever sat down and tried to create content and drawn a complete blank, then Debbie's question isn't really just relatable, it's critical to you. Because it's not that you don't know something, that's valuable, it's what you're unsure who you're actually talking to. And without that, from content to authors, everything feels a little fuzzy. Now, the classic advice is go interview 20 people. My coach even gave me this assignment, but instead of spending weeks doing that, I got the same results, maybe even better, in just 5 minutes using AI. He thought I'd done extensive research. He said, wow, Kristen, this is one of the most thoughtful audience breakdowns I've ever seen. But he had no idea it came from a GPT. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you exactly what I use and how it worked and how you can use it too to get audience clarity without the interview and a better understanding of what your audience needs to hear from you so that you can position yourself in your content as the authority, as the go-to person. So here's what I'd said I'm going to give you a little backstory, okay? Here's what I'd said in that original email. Your content problems aren't content problems. They're actually audience clarity problems. And when you don't know exactly who your content is for, even the most brilliant ideas will feel random. You'll start everything with, what do I say? Instead of, how does my ideal client feel? What are they thinking? What do they need to hear from me right now? And that's why Debbie's question to me was so powerful. It's not just about content, it's about alignment. If you solve this, then everything flows in your content and you're actually doing them a bigger service. So when my coach told me to go do 20 interviews to get that clarity, I knew I needed a different approach. The exercise was called the unicorn client. Some might call it ideal client, avatar. Interview 20 people, extract insights, and build a detailed customer avatar. Now, I love clarity just like everybody else, but I'm also a quick start. And the thought of chasing down 20 people, scheduling calls, asking all those questions, and compiling the data, we're talking 30 hours of work. That kind of a process kind of slows me down, right? I don't like that. I needed something smarter, faster, better, and still insightful. That's when I remembered I had the perfect tool already built. I opened up my custom buyer's blueprint, a GPT. Actually, in this case, it's a MindPal, same kind of thing. I designed inside of using ChatGPT 4. Originally, I used it to create map customer journeys and help me create content ideas. Turns out it's perfect for audience clarity too. And you need that for a lot of things, not just your content, but your offers, your sales pages, your emails. So here's what I did. Here's the step process that took me to create this document, which is now my guide for everything I need to create around a particular niche and a particular offer in my business. So I opened it up. I entered my niche, who I am creating this for. And actually, this is pretty detailed. I said they were business coaches, they're females, a little more than that, solopreneurs, life coaches, between the ages of 35 and 65, where they're from, have an established business minimum of 3 to 5 years. I got real specific. Then I entered in my big ticket offer, which is AI-powered business team. And I want to create a program for that audience. And what I really needed to know was everything about them so that I could create content around it, get clarity around my offer, everything. Okay, so I'm going to be using this all the time through my whole process. I wrote a few sentences, and in 5 minutes, it gave me a detailed breakdown, their emotional triggers, their daily frustrations, tools they've used, secret fears and pressures, stuff that they don't talk about publicly. And it wasn't fluff. It was grounded specifically and emotionally rich, the kind of stuff that you hope to get from an interview without the scheduling nightmare, trying to find those people to even get them to talk to you. And here's where it gets wild. I submitted it to my coach. And here's his feedback and the hidden win inside. Here's what they said. Kristen, you've clearly put a lot of thought into it. Your empathy is spot on. I love the emotional contrast you pulled out between their internal doubts and external pressure. He even gave me a strategic note that next time, call out more tools and platforms they're already using to help with positioning. So I just quickly put those in because I know those tools that they're using. And guess what? I went in there and I asked it to expand on that. He gave me some good answers, but I knew the answers myself. But the beauty is it wasn't just accurate, it was adaptable. It helped me to think better. And I use it every time now that I'm going to sit down and create content, work through that big ticket offer, and even write my sales pages and my webinar, everything around it. Before this, I'd create content for something from a place of hope. I hoped I was speaking to the right pain point. I hoped it would land with my audience. No more having to guess again with this custom buyer's blueprint. Now I just revisit it. I look at what they're feeling, what they're afraid of, what they've already tried and failed at, and I speak directly to that. It takes the guesswork out of everything, from social posts to offers. And the best part, it took me only 5 minutes to set up. So Debbie, if you're watching this, that's how I get clarity on my audience. I turn it into content. I turn it into emails. And if you've been wondering the same thing, here's the good news. You don't need to do 20 interviews. You don't need to guess. You don't even need to spend hours staring at a blank screen, or as I used to go mine Amazon for comments and try to think about what they're asking for. No more doing that. You just need a system that pulls the truth out of your head and turns it into something you can use to create focused, effective content. And that's what the Custom Buyer's Blueprint does for me. And if you want to see how it works or want help creating one in your business, drop the word clarity in the comments or DM me and I'll send you a peek behind the scenes. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can grab that link right down below. And if you're listening on my podcast, it's right there. Your voice, your brand, no more guessing what it is.
You've been listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, where content creators go to learn how to take their content creation to the next level. If you love the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review on iTunes. Until next time.